What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. And who saw this coming? I'm sorry. I mean, we all saw this coming, but yeah. Just the other day, we Flintlock. We announced after going live, and it was on Game Pass and all these things. It lost 70% of its already very small player base at the time of that. Look, 100 people playing, never more than 700 people in the past 11 days, 200 people in the past 24 hours. It's about a day old, but I trust and believe that these numbers have only gotten worse. You see, Cabrutus, he played it. Terrible. God, Flintlock is terrible. Ugh. And here we go. Here's today's just happened. Flintlock rumor. Flintlock, the Siege of Dawn developer, A44 Games, expecting massive layoffs. Now, it's a rumor, but we literally just saw this happen with Tales of Kinzara Zhao by Abubakar Salim. And we'll talk about this. This is not unique of both massive layoffs afterwards and then just general decline in sales across the board for all the reasons that we are constantly talking about. And yes, Sweet Baby Inc. is one of them. But so here's the rumor. Flintlock Siege of Dawn company A44 Games expecting massive layoffs. According to someone at Restera on July 21st, employees are expecting layoffs since the game apparently bombed. And yes, this is a friend of a friend type thing, but I have a friend of a friend who resigned from the company. He is expecting massive layoffs. Does not bode well, sadly. Devs also announced the game had 500,000 players since release. For comparison, games like Dachia had over 1 million players. And again, on Steam, at least, those players, I guess they were all on console. And so there is here's what he said. Yeah, it's someone on Reddit, but this is completely in line with everything other things that we've heard. Unfortunately, sales-wise, the game got murdered on Steam. 650 peak CCU for a decently sized AA title is very disappointing, and one of the worst performers for the publisher Kepler. Games Pass and consoles will help, but I think A44 might be in trouble. A massive, massive shame. And this is where someone said, I have a friend of a friend who resigned from the company. He is expecting massive layoffs. Does not bode well, sadly. And that's one of those comments of like, oh, that's just an aside. No real reason for him to lie. That just... anyway, like you just see here, thank you. Yeah, that's them trying to say that they had 500 people worldwide, even though we saw what those numbers were. And you sure? Are you sure? Here's Grums talking about it. No, they're dead. Sweet Baby Inc. killed A44 Games, makers of Flintlock. Most of the staff have been laid off. Game has no players, as we've saw, no weekend spike. Interestingly enough, Sweet Baby Inc. has been scrubbed from the credits, even though Cabrutus Rambo has all the receipts, they were involved. And when they tried saying that, hey, we got rid of Sweet Baby Inc. and their influence, Cabrutus Rambo said, okay, I'll take you off my list. Just go ahead and show me a little bit of proof that you removed it. Tell me what you changed. Tell me what they changed, and tell me what you changed. Didn't do any of that. Well, here we are. And you can see in the credits here, Grum's pointing this out. Many more devs have been moved to the special thanks section, which stands against most credit guidelines and points to high studio turnover even before the game was launched. So the fact that they've already been like, well, see you next time, special thanks, instead of, in-house studio devs. And you can just see here, more of them have already left. These are all people that worked at A44. You can see here, gone, and gone. These are the animators all now opening up their resumes, looking for new work. And all of this comes after we've gotten first this is a separate issue, but just showing across the board the gaming industry, and God, it's over 30,000 of them if you count all of them throughout the years, of different devs and people who have been fired from all the different gaming companies for many different reasons, although all of them align. Capcom, their sales are all down. And then really, because this is applicable to that Flintlock, Mark Kern here, Grums, of course, saying to the layoffs at Destiny, developer Bungie saying that they were self-inflicted. They were. All of these were self-inflicted because they latched onto a failing ideology, a failing set of practices, going for that ESG money, and it doesn't work. It doesn't. And the real thing is, all of this could have worked if you would put in the work to make them full and interesting characters and really brought that gameplay. But if your only bar is to have a chick in it and make her Laven gay, well, then what are we expecting? Because that it seems to be the only bar anyone has worked with. And then when you just ignore that, you hit any sort of bar, oh my God, well, then look what happens. I mean, look at Helldivers before they shot themselves in the foot. All it was basic fun gameplay. And then, of course, they had their little thing that they did. But yeah, don't learn from this, developers. Learn from Flintlock, and obviously never let those devils in any of those consultancy companies. Have the trust in your own writers. Anyway, be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you can do that, thank you.
Well, bye.